Okay, so we are looking at the statistics questions, okay, from paper 2, and we're going to start with question 2 first, okay, which is right over here. And in question 2, you are given 2 sets of data. Okay, the first set is from X to 14, and the second set is from 16 to Y, and they tell you that the data is actually 6 and 6. And then lepas itu, when they combine the data, okay, it becomes in this order, which means that X is the smallest number and Y is the biggest number. Okay, because already given in the question. Okay, it's already given that this is the smallest, this is biggest, and this is the arrangement. Okay, what they are also not telling you directly, okay, is that there are altogether 6 numbers here, okay, and then altogether another 6 numbers here. Okay, and then they're saying that the median of this arrangement is M, and the standard deviation of this arrangement is Q. Okay, so the first question is state the value of M, which basically means this, tell me what the median is. Okay, if you have 12 values altogether, number 1 all the way to number 12, okay, median is the nilai yang paling tengah, okay, the most middle value. So if there's 6 over here and there's 6 over here, the middle will be antara these two lah. Okay, so the median will be, if your first number is 14, the next number is 16, the number will be 14 plus 16 divided by 2, which will be 15. Okay, it's a 1-mark question because you're supposed to know what a median is. Okay, especially if it has already been arranged for you that way. Okay, secondly, so this is question A. Okay, question B. Now they say that X and Y are removed. Okay, we take out X and we take out Y. Okay, so state the new value of M. Okay, the new median. Okay, think about it now. If I take out X, okay, I'm left with 5 numbers over here until 14 now. Okay, yada, and 14. And if I take out Y over here, this still becomes 5 numbers, which is 16, yada. And so actually the median doesn't change because there's 10 numbers altogether. Okay, so for number 1, the median is still remaining to be M. Okay, or 15 if you want to put it that way. I think the answer is 15. Yes, the answer is still 15. Okay, because originally it's 15, even if I take away the 2 numbers, the number in the middle still doesn't change. Okay. Secondly, is again state. Okay, state the changes to the value of Q. Okay. Now they're not asking you to calculate the value of Q. They're asking to say that okay, if this original one yang ada 12 nombor, the standard deviation becomes Q. What happens to the Q if I take away these 2 numbers? If I take away the smallest number and I take away the biggest number, what happens is Q will become smaller. Okay, or it will decrease lah. Okay, simply because the number of data that you have has become smaller. Okay, so the standard deviation will become smaller. Kamu punya jumlah pun akan menjadi lebih kecil. Okay, question C. Now, question C is the one where we say, okay, if all the data, kita ubah the data kan, then the median, the mean, and this one also will change lah. Okay, so look at the change that they are asking. They are asking for multiply, 3 is multiplied and 2 is added to the whole data. Means every number, okay, from X until Y, every number saya tambah 3 dan saya darab 2. Okay, so ini kita kena ulang kaji balik sedikit. Okay, remember that for any operation, okay, if the operation is plus and minus, and if the operation is times and divide, some things are affected, some things are not affected. Okay, for example, mean, median, mode. Okay, and then this one is range, interquartile range, standard deviation, and variance. Okay, please remember this now. Okay, so if the operation is plus minus, okay, the operation is plus minus, it affects only mean and median and mode. It doesn't affect range. It doesn't affect range, interquartile range, standard deviation, and variance. Okay, but for times and divide, it affects mean and median, and it also affects range, interquartile range, standard deviation, and variance. Okay, so let's think about it in terms of the new median. Okay, our original median is 15. Okay, remember, 15 is affected by plus and minus and times and divide. Oh dear, I'm always out of frame. Okay, so 15 is always affected. Median is always affected by all four. So our new median will be 15 times 2 plus 3. Oh, 15 times 2 plus 3. No, 15 plus 3 times 2. First, you have to add, because the question says add first. So 15 plus 3, okay, times 2. Okay, because the order is, if 3 is multiplied and 2 is added. Oh, sorry. Sorry. 3 is multiplied and 2 is added. Oh, it's very obvious that I haven't eaten dinner yet. Okay, sorry. 3 is multiplied and 2 is added. Thank you for the people who have corrected me on this. Okay, so 3 multiplied, 2 added, which means that here is 15 times 3, and then this is plus 2. So your new median will be 47. Okay, sorry, my bad about this. Okay, but remember, only mean, median, and mode is affected by all four. Okay, what about range? Okay, what is range? Wow. Okay, range is the easiest thing actually. Range is the biggest number minus the smallest number. In our arrangement, the original 12 numbers, okay, 6 numbers here and 6 numbers here, our old range, okay, is y minus x. Okay, our old range. Do we know what is y and what is x? We don't. Can we know? No, you can't. Are we supposed to know? No, you don't have to. Okay, if you're not given the information, don't look for things that are not there. Okay, so since our old range is y minus x, and our range is only affected by multiply, it's never affected by the adding. So our new range will be 3 times y minus x. Okay, or 3y minus 3x. That's the answer. Okay, that's all you need to know. Do I know what's y and x? I don't. Do I care? No, I don't. Okay, yang penting kita ikut we follow the rule. Okay, the rule says that for range, okay, it's only affected by multiply. It's not affected by the plus. But for mean, median, and mode, it's affected by everything. Okay, so we take it from there. Okay, any questions on this section? Is everything okay? All right. Yes, Haris. Which table? This table? Yeah. Okay. So this question, okay, the Haris is asking, he doesn't understand what this table is saying. Okay, I'm just giving you kind of a summary of what will change, apa yang akan berubah sekiranya the operation to the whole data. Okay, if all the data changes. Okay, wait, let me do the title. Okay. X if all the data is operated on. Okay, it is the kesan terhadap the old mean, the old median, the old mode, the old range, the old interquartile range, the old standard deviation, old variance. Okay, kalau every single data from X until 14, from 16 until Y kan, every single data I change macam ni. Saya minta dia ubah darab 3 and then tambah 2. Okay, so according to this table, only the mean, median, and mode is affected by all the operations. Means if you darab 3 tambah 2, the mean, median, also has to darab 3 and tambah 2. But if you darab 3 and tambah 2, the range, interquartile range, standard deviation, and variance is not affected by the adding. It's only affected by the multiply. Okay, and then of course, For those of you who remember, variance is multiply and then square, which we will come to if we come to that. Okay, but I want you to understand this basic thing. Okay, that the all median, all mean, all mode, okay, is affected by everything. Okay? Only range, interquartile range, standard deviation, and variance is not affected by plus and minus. It means everything you plus, dia tidak berubah juga. But if everything you multiply, or divide kan, then the standard deviation or the range, they mesti berubah. Okay? I hope that answers your question. Any other questions? Okay, if there's none, I'm going to go to question 5. Okay, question 5. Okay. So, in question 5, you are given a cumulative frequency, okay, against upper boundary. Okay, this is cumulative frequency. Then you're given what looks like an OG flag. Oh dear. Okay, so this is an OG. Okay, so the OG, and then you're given these different points. And take a look at the axis. One is cumulative frequency, one is upper boundary. So if I give you the points, the first one is 5.5 and 14. Okay, second one is 10.5 and 24, and so on and so forth. Okay, so the first question is build a frequency table. Okay, frequency table is just the range of values, okay, and then the frequency. Ini sebenarnya yang kita mau. Okay, so our final answer should look like contohnya okay, 10 to 19, berapa dia punya frequency? 20 to 29, berapa dia punya frequency? This is the frequency table. Okay, but the problem is you don't have this kind of information very jelas over here. Okay, you only have two things, which is the upper boundary and the cumulative frequency. So actually this question is asking you to work your way back supaya kamu dapat ini. Okay, so we can think about this logically. Okay, let's work with what we have first. We have the cumulative frequency and we have the upper boundary. So we start with that first. Okay, I'm going to put the cumulative frequency on the rightmost side. Okay, and then the upper boundary. Because we know that in all tables, this one is the one that's first. Ini first, ini second. Biasanya begitu bahkan. Okay, and then baru kau kira yang lain. Now we're going to start with this. Okay, the data is given now. Upper boundary is 5.5. The cumulative frequency is 14. Okay, sorry. Okay, then after that, upper boundary is 10.5. Cumulative frequency 24. Upper boundary is 15.5, 45, 20.5, 65, 25.5, 80. Okay, now what I want you to do, now what we're going to do is we're going to work our way back. This whiteboard is not big enough for statistics section, seriously. Okay, but never mind. We already have all this. Okay. So I'm going to call this, sorry, the question says, oh, diagram 1 shows the distributions of length. Okay, so we're going to call this length. Okay, length in cm, we're going to call this frequency. Okay, so we are very used to dari sini pergi sini. Okay, but in this question, they're asking you to work your way backwards. Okay, so remember, let's do cumulative frequency first. So frequency yang senang. Okay, if the cumulative frequency is 14, the first one, which means 14 must be the first one. Okay, remember, cumulative frequency is kekerapan lombokan. We plus the one before. Okay, so if the next cumulative frequency is 24, how many steps from 14 to 24? 10. So this one must be 10. Okay, 24 to 45, how many steps? 11. Okay, because 24 plus 11, oh sorry, 21. 21 kan? 21. Yes, 21. Okay, so 24 plus 21 is 45. 45 plus what is 65? 20. 65 plus what is 80? 50. Okay, So when you understand how cumulative frequency works, kan, whether you work forwards or you work backwards, it's the same thing. Okay? Now, the question now is, what is our length yang kita mau di sini? And remember, for this kind of table, the length is usually maybe 1 to 10, 1 to 20, contohnya 1 to something or 0 to something. Okay, so let's take a look. We work our way. You can work your way forwards, you can work your way backwards. Okay, but we think about this. If our upper boundary is 25.5, okay, at Form 4 at maths level, sorry, somebody asked me a question, Q is berapa? What question is this? Soalan mana ini, Q berapa? Kalau Q di soalan nombor 2B, tiada jawapan itu. The answer is Q will decrease. That's it. Okay, bukan berapa. Tiada berapa. Sebab tidak cukup maklumat untuk memberitahu saya berapa. So, and lagi pun soalannya adalah nyatakan, state. Okay, bukan hitungkan. Okay, so kita mesti biasakan diri dengan kata-kata kunci. Okay, sorry, coming back to this. We know that at Form 4 level, statistics, upper boundary is usually the number plus 0.5. So we know if this is 25.5, means the biggest number at the end here is 25. Okay? And I can do the same with all this. So this is 20, 15, 10, 5. So the only question that you have to ask now after this is, what is the number before? And this one, you think very logical, can one. Work your way backwards from here to here. Okay? Kalau this number is 20, the next number is 21. Cannot be 20, but can. So 20 jatuh di sini. So the next number must be 21. So if this is 21, this one. If this is 15, this is 16. If this is 10, this is 11. 6, and okay, so the question now is this one. Okay, is this 0 or is this 1? Okay, let's take out our hand and we count 6 to 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 5 numbers. So this would be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so this is 1. Wow, so I'm so clever. Yeah, that's why I'm a teacher. Okay, so this is the frequency table. Okay, yang kita biasa, and memang dalam matematik teras, you will always learn from left to right. Okay, but this is maths. Okay, memang extra. Okay, so you go from right to left. Also can, boleh itu. Kalau kamu ada cukup maklumat kan, kamu boleh bina ini sebenarnya. Okay, this is takes good practice. Okay, based on the table constructed, calculate the interquartile range. Okay, so this is my problem now. I want to count the interquartile range, but the space that I have is too small. Okay, the space I have is too small. I hope you remember what is the formula for interquartile range. Interquartile range is the third quartile minus the first quartile. But even then, the third quartile, the other formula sendiri. Okay, the third quartile is the lower boundary of the third quartile plus 3 over 4n minus f q3 over, okay, and then blah, 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 blah. Okay, so, because, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you to identify the third quartile class and the first quartile class. Then lepas itu, I want you to try to use the formula on your own. Because the formula actually tidak diberi, but you should know. Okay? So, how do I know which is the third quartile and how do I know which is the first quartile? Okay, remember, quartile is sukuan. Okay, there's only 4 suku. There are only 4 quarters. Okay, you will never see a circle with 6 quarters because quarter pun is 1/4. So the third quartile is where the third number is. Okay, the nombor yang ketiga lah. Kalau kita bahagikan kepada 4 kan, the 75th percent. Okay, is that number. So think about it now. Our biggest one is 80. There are 80 fishes all together in this pond. Okay, so fish number 1, fish number 2, fish number 3, yada, 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 all the way to fish number 80. Okay, and fish number 80 usually kita panggil ini sebagai kuartil keempat lah. Okay, the last one is kuartil keempat. Okay. Oh, sorry. Sorry, strike that. My mistake. Okay, so if I want to know what is the median, remember median is the nombor yang paling tebal. So we are having the 80, then this will be 80 divided by 4, which is, 80 divided by 2, because they are, paling here, so 40. So where is fish number 40? This is fish number 1 to 14. This is fish number 15 to 24. This is fish number 24 until 45. So fish number 40 is in here. Therefore, this one is the median class. Okay. Then, of course, this one is fish number 46 until 65. If you're asking why I keep saying fish, because the question says fish, okay, janganlah, kenapa sir ni fish saja? Because the question says fish. Okay, so please don't keep asking again and again. Okay, and then this one is fish number 66 until 80. Oh, sorry, it's 25 to 45. Okay. Okay, so this median is the paling tengah. Okay, so in between the median is the third quartile. Okay, in between the median and the last one is the third quartile. Kalau median is the 40th fish and the last one is the 80th fish, the center of these two will be the 60th fish. Where is the 60th fish? Here. So this is the third quartile class. Okay, and then in between the first to the 40. Okay, because 40 is right in the middle. So in the middle of the middle, okay, which is this is Q1, the first quartile. So between 1 and 40, the middlemost number is number 20. So 40 bagi 2 aja. Okay, so if 40 divided by 2, okay, 40 divided by 2 is 20. So we look for fish number 20. Fish number 20 is here in the group of the 15 to the 24 fish. So this is the Q1. Okay, I believe that if you do a little bit of revision, sejujurnya saya tidak faham. Okay, mana kau tidak faham? If you don't understand, you should tell me. Saya tidak akan ajar kamu macam mana menggunakan formula because that will take a long time and the formula actually is too simple already. So saya mau make sure kamu faham macam mana mau cari the class. That's more important. Q3, okay, Q3 is sukuan ketiga. Okay, remember median is paling tengah. Okay, atau juga dikenali sebagai sukuan kedua. The second quartile is also known as the median. Okay, so dalam kita punya soalan ni, okay, for those of you who already get this, don't worry. Okay, it's a tutorial, so I'm going to try to make sure that as many people as possible get this. Okay, dalam cerita kita ini, kita ada Q1 and Q2 divided by 2 in any education, correct? Okay, dalam cerita kita ini, kita ada 80 ekor ikan semuanya. We have 80 fishes. Okay, dan kalau saya susun semua ikan itu dengan cara yang baik dan semua ikan itu dengar cakap saya, sebab dia orang bukan budak lok-yok, wow. Okay, so yang tersusun itu kan, mesti yang paling tengah adalah ikan yang ke-40 lah. Kan? Ikan yang ke-40 is also known as the median atau quartile yang kedua, the second quartile. Okay, so hanya ada 4 sukuan bahkan. So sukuan yang paling tengah sukuan kedua lah. So kita cari di mana kedudukan ikan yang ke-40. Okay, kedudukan ikan yang ke-40 adalah dalam grup ini. So ini adalah ikan ke-25 sampai 45. Macam mana saya tahu dia ikan ke-25 sampai 45? So sebelum ini baru 24 ikan. Okay, so maksudnya kalau mau sampai 45 kan sinilah dalam grup ini is ikan ke-25 sampai 45. So ikan ke-40 mesti di sini. Okay, therefore this is, so maksudnya ini adalah the median class. Okay, the median class is here. 11 sampai 15. Dan kau tahu lah dia punya upper boundary 15.5. Okay, itu semua kau boleh kira sendiri. So the problem now is macam mana mau cari the Q1 class and the Q3 class. Okay, so we start with Q3 dahulu. Kalau tengah adalah 40, hujung adalah 80. Tengah-tengah daripada tengah sampai hujung is 60 lah. Okay. So if the antara is 60, kita cari di mana ikan yang ke-60. It is here. Because di sini adalah ikan ke-46 sampai 65. So 60 mesti di sini. So oleh sebab itu, ini mestilah kumpulan kuartil the third quartile class. Dan kita buat benda yang sama for this section. First fish until the 40th fish. The middlemost fish is the 20th fish. Where is fish number 20? Sini. Antara 15 hingga 24. So this is the first quartile class. Okay, class quartile pertama. Okay. Take your time, don't worry, nanti saya upload ini dalam YouTube. Okay, take your time and play it 10,000 times. Okay, sampai kamu faham. Okay, because once you identify the class, then kamu menggunakan dia punya formula itu sangat senang sudah. Okay, yes, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, kasih tambah saya punya subscription. Okay, so I'm going to stop here, and then the rest nanti kamu kira. The answer for this is not given. Yeah, one lab didn't give me the answer. So nanti saya akan cari and I will pass it into your group. Okay? Nanti saya mau jadi guru. Mau? Kenapa? Why would I change my job? Just because saya influencer doesn't mean saya tidak boleh jadi guru. Boleh. Saya boleh jadi influencer guru. Gitu. Okay? Alright. So let's continue to the next question, which is question 10. Between question 10 and 11, saya tidak tahu mana satu yang lebih popular. So I will answer both lah. I will answer both. Okay, question 10 and 11. Okay, question number 10. Okay, question number 10. Question number 10 says, oh dear. Okay, shows the frequency distribution of the ages of teachers is SMKK. Okay, fine. Wow, hebatnya SMKK. Okay, so A, if the median age of distribution is 37.5 years, calculate the value of M. Okay, that's, sorry, I need to copy this down. So the age and then the frequency. Okay, I'm going to do a shortcut version. So 25 to 29 is 6. 30 to 34 is 30. Kalau kau tidak nampak ini, jangan komplain. Asal kau memang ada ini jadual juga kan. So this is only for me. 40, then kita cakap 40 to 44 is N. Okay, and then 45 to 49 is 8. 50 to 54 is 8. Okay. So, now if, soalannya dia cakap, if the median, di awal-awal sudah dia bagi median. The median is 37.5. Okay? So the question we need to ask is, where is the median class? Okay? The median class is, kalau 37.5 means it's here. Okay? Because antara 35 hingga 39 is 37.5. So this is the median class. Okay? If this is the median class, means orang yang paling tengah di kalangan semua guru ini, kalau kita susun semua lah, okay, the orang yang paling tengah is in this group. Okay, it's not in the M group, it's not in the 30 sampai 34 umur. Okay, it's in this group. Okay. Okay. Kalau saya this group sudah ini, saya di dalam group M ini, sedih kan, alamak. Okay, 1 tahun je beza, but okay, fine. So this is the median class of the group. So the question is, how do we find the value of M? I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Okay, so let's go back to the formula for median. Okay, the formula for median. Median is L plus, is this big enough? Okay, maybe I should write it a little bit bigger. Median is L plus half N minus F over, over Fm with the whole thing multiplied by C. So usually at this stage, people will start, apa itu L, apa itu Fm, apa itu F, apa itu F, apa itu C, apa itu N semua kan. Okay, so I'm just going to advise you to go and refer back to what all these symbols mean. Okay, because guys, this is the formula they give, but they don't give you what it means, right? Okay, dia punya maksud kamu kena tahu sendiri. Okay, so L is the lower boundary of the median class. Kalau median class adalah 35 sampai 39, the lower boundary is 34.5. Okay, the lower boundary is 34.5. And they've already given you the median, which is 37.5. Okay, I'm going to continue on. Okay, the problem now is we don't know how many people are there altogether. Semua N is jumlah semua ini. Okay, so I'm going to calculate N outside first. It's 6 plus 13 plus 40 plus N plus 8 plus 8. Jumlah semua ini. Okay, and I will get 75 plus M. Okay, no need to worry. Okay, sebab tujuan kita mau cari M juga. Okay, kalau semua ni kau tambahkan, kau dapat N 75 tambah M. So we put 75 plus M. Okay, minus, okay, F big, F big is the cumulative frequency before the median class. Okay, this is the median class. Okay, the cumulative frequency before the median class is 13 plus 16, which is 19. Okay, over Fm is the frequency of the median class. Okay, which is 40. Okay, multiplied by C is the size of the class. Okay, size of the class is the easiest thing. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Okay, which is 5. Hold on, did I copy the question wrongly? No, I didn't copy the question wrongly. Okay, I think maybe the answer is wrong, but never mind. All right, so let's take a look at this. So I'm going to bring this over. 37.5 minus 34.5 will give me 3 equals to, okay, then I'm going to do this super long calculation. Half 75 plus n minus 90 over 40, the whole thing times 5. Okay, if I cut this, this will become 8, this will become 1. 8 times 3 is 24, equals to half 75 plus n minus 90. And then this n is an easy find. Okay, saya pindah 19 pergi sebelah, saya akan dapat 43 equals to half 75 plus n. Half times this one will be 86. 86 equals to 75 plus n. So n will be 86 minus 75, 11. Okay, that's my final answer. It's the correct answer, but it's just the working that they give me in the scheme is wrong. Okay, so actually this question is not difficult. It's just that you have to remember how to use the median formula, which is why a lot of people don't like statistics. Sebab banyak formula and then lupa. Sebab apa bah ni simbol ni? Okay, banyak simbol, salah. Okay, but my experience is statistics requires a lot of practice. Okay, and if you are very interested in money, statistics is a good field. Okay, because ramai ni. Okay, 19 come from where? 19 is the total frequency before the median class. Okay, this is the median class, so the total frequency before 6 plus 13 is 19. Okay, Cecilia, I hope that answers your question. 3 from where? Which 3? This 3 37.5 minus 34.5, saya bawa pergi sebelah, saya tolak, saya dapat 3. Okay. All right. Small f. What is that, a question or a statement? Somebody messaged me privately and says small f. Yeah, what about fm? Or upper 2, okay. Fm is the frequency of the median class. Okay, which is this one, ini fm. Okay. But like I said, the important thing about median, first quartile, third quartile is identifying the class. Okay, identifying the group. Okay, once if the group mana is, okay, C is the size of the median class. Size of every class lah, because all the class is the same. Size means dari 35 sampai 39 kan berapa nombor? Use your hand. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Oh, 5 numbers. Therefore, the size is 5. Alright. Ini saya belum habis lagi baru soalan A. Okay, the next question is count the standard deviation lah. Okay, standard deviation is a very long one. How you want me to count the standard deviation? Or you want me to give you this one? Sorry, I'm not sure who is the one that asked me to answer this question, but quite a number of people asked me for question number 10. Do you okay? I'm going to show you how to do standard deviation since everybody asked for it. Okay, I'm going to rub this off. I don't need this anymore. This is what I don't need. Okay, since I know that n is 11, okay, I'm going to put n is 11 over here. Okay, now, whatever you do, whenever you want to count standard deviation, okay, the process to count standard deviation is you always need to count the mean first. Okay, kira dulu dia punya mean. No matter what, you need to count the mean. Otherwise, there's no point. Okay, so I'm going to extend this one, and I'm going to find the midpoint. Okay. So, do you remember how to find the midpoint of every class? Very easy. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. The midpoint is 28. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. I'm not going to raise this finger, sorry. The midpoint, okay, is 32. 31, 32. Okay, and so on and so forth. 38, 42, 48, and 52. Okay, and then the next jadwal is the frequency times the midpoint. Okay, and then after that, okay, you kind of need to remember what you need to count now. Okay, now the total of this all together is 6 plus 13 plus 40 plus 11 plus 8 plus 8. Sorry, I'm going to take out this one. The total is 86. Okay, and alamak, this is not given. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to count 6 plus 13 plus 40 plus 11 plus 8 plus 8. Okay, this is 86. Then every one of these you got to multiply. 28 kali 6. Okay, 168. Okay, everyone you multiply, then you find the one down here. Okay, then the mean will be, I'm going to give this the value of A. The mean is A divided by 86. Whatever the total is here, divided by 86, the answer will be 38.51. You're not done, Kita baru first step to count standard deviation. Okay, the next one you need to do is x squared. Okay, after you get x squared, which is 28 squared, 32 squared, 38 squared, and so on and so forth. Okay, go lah. Okay, so 28 squared, contohnya, 28 squared is 784. Okay, blah, 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 blah. But this one you need the total. The one that you need to total is fx squared. Okay, guys, we spent a very long time trying to do this jadwal again and again and again. Okay, so it's a good idea for you to revise back how to find the standard deviation using the table. The table is, for me, is the safest way. Okay, I'm going to show you just the first line now. How did I get the x squared? Fx squared is 784 times 6. Okay, 784 times 6 is 4704. Then this one I total, I'm going to call this B. Okay, so the standard deviation is the square root of B divided by 86 minus mean square root. Okay, I'm going to leave it as this. Okay, and I'm going to give you the final answer, which is 6.483. Okay, since I know the mean, okay, the answer, I'm just going to put here, okay, 38.51. Plus 2 bahagi 2. No, so yang 25 plus 29 also can, 27. Oh, sorry, 27, 25, 26, 27. Sorry, my bad. 27. Okay, sorry. Thank you, thank you. Okay, that means all this has to change already lah. Hold on. Okay, so 27 times 6. Okay, this will be 162. This one will be 27 squared, which is 729, and this one will be 64374. Okay, but the answer is still the same lah. Right? Thank you, thank you for correcting me. Okay, so please figure out the rest. Okay, actually, the formula is not that difficult. Okay, it's just you need to know which part of the jadual yang kamu kena kasih masuk. Okay, and this one, I'm very sad to say, there's no shortcut to this. This one requires a lot of practice. The more times you do, the more you get used to it, the more you will get it. Okay, you will find that actually, sebenarnya tidak susah pun. Yang susah itu kena ingat macam mana mau buat jadual. Okay, that's the difficult part about statistics. Okay, all right. I'm going to give you some time to copy whatever you need to copy, and then we're going to go into question 11. Okay, give me some time to read through question 11 first. Huh? Oh no, it's the interquartile range again. Do you guys want to complete this first, or can we carry on? If you want to complete this first, I'll give you some time, and then I'll turn off the abuden what? What is abuden? No, sorry, abuden what? I want to ask question. Ask properly. Abuden is what? Abuden. Yeah, because I know that I noticed that some of you are writing and some of you are trying to this one. Hi, welcome back. So, okay, I'm going to give you some time to figure this out. Because after all, we only have 4 questions after this, so we still got time. Okay, maybe it's good that you do it now, okay, and see if you can get the answer. Okay, but I cannot give you that much time, so I'm going to give you about 5 minutes, okay, to try to complete the whole thing. Okay, in the meantime, I'll go and take a drink of water. Recording. All right, so this is question 11. I've drawn out the table here. Then, of course, the question is asking for the interquartile range. Okay, for the interquartile range. Now, no matter what, no matter what, whether you're counting the median, the interquartile range, the third quartile or the first quartile, you always need to know the total of everything, the total frequency, which is the letter n. Okay, I've written out the formula for median. This red color half here, I will demonstrate later. But whatever it is, we need to know what is the n. Okay, because the n never changes. No matter which formula you use, bilangan frequency always never changes. Okay, so if I'm going to add up all these frequencies over here, it's 7 plus 14 plus 17 plus 19 plus 21 plus 13 plus 9. Oh dear. 7 plus 14 plus 17 plus 19 plus 21 plus 13 plus 9. Okay, the answer is 100. So n is 100. Doesn't matter whether you're counting Q3, Q1 or median. N sentiasa 100. Okay, so that's the first step. Second step is we identify again, okay, where is the third quartile class, the median class, and the first quartile class. Okay, so if your total is 100, means you have orang yang pertama, okay, until orang yang ke 100. Okay, the 100%. So Q1 is 104. Thank you. Okay, so the median is the person in the center, which is kalau the first and then 100, the person in the center is 50. Okay, so let's look for the 50th person over here. Okay, the 50th person, this is orang, I'm going to change color for this. This is person number 1 until person number 7. Kita tambah 14. Okay, so this is person 8 until, kalau sampai 14 berapa? Okay, it's 8 until 21. Kita kira 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, the 21st person is in this group. The next one is the 22nd person until 22 plus 17. Sorry, 21 plus 17 is 38. Okay, sorry, 13, 38, correct. 21 plus 7 is 38. Okay, orang ke-22 sampai 38 is here. And then after that, plus another 19. So this is orang ke-39. All the way to Nihana 38 plus 19 is 57. Okay, then teruskan. You know that the last number here is orang yang ke-100. Okay, so I'm going to continue. Orang ke-58 sampai orang yang ke-78. Okay, because 57 plus 21. 78 plus 13 is 91. And this is 79%. This is 92 until 100. Okay, so once we susun, then we can identify the 50th person is where? 50th person is in this group. So this is the median class. Okay, then we want to identify the third quartile class. Third quartile is antara median dengan last. 50, 100, di tengah-tengah is 75. U3. So where is 75? 75 is dalam golongan ini, 58 to 78. So this is third quartile class. Between 1 and 50, the first quartile class. Okay, in the middle is 25. So we look for the 25th person, which is here. Okay, so this is the Q1 class. Okay, now just now I skipped answering how to find interquartile range. So I'm not going to skip this question now. I'm going to do this question full. Okay, so that whatever you want to copy, you can copy this later. Okay, but the point of the method is this: to find the class, okay, is always a very important step. Okay, I know this looks very slow and it takes up a lot of time. Okay, but we can't always do things very fast. Okay, unless you really understand. Okay, so I know it's going to be slow. Okay, for some people it's like, oh, it's so boring, very slow. Okay, that's okay. Okay, nobody's asking you to stay. Okay, but I hope this helps lah. Okay, by doing it slowly, you do it often enough, you should be able to do it very fast. Okay. Another thing I want to point out is ini bukan selalu dia punya Q1 class, median class, Q3 class kan bersusun macam ini. Okay, it doesn't always work that way. Whoever teach you that this one median class, this next to it is Q1, next to it is Q3 is definitely something wrong in the head. Okay, don't believe that. You have to manually count and identify where the person is lying. Okay, so we're going to start with Q3. Q3 is the lower boundary of the third quartile class. The lower boundary, this is lower number 120, so the lower boundary is 119.5. Last, okay, this number in red, kalau median is half, kalau Q3 is 3/4, kalau Q1 is 1/4. Okay, but everything else remains the same. So I'm going to use 3/4 times n is 100, minus, okay, F big is the cumulative frequency before, okay, before the third quartile class, which means if this is the third quartile class, all these frequencies I have to campur, okay, which is 7 plus 14 plus 17 plus 19, which is 57. Okay, over, okay, this number is the frequency of the class, which is 21. Okay, times the size of the class, 120 to 129. Okay, 120, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 10. Okay, then you will get this value should be, oh no, I don't have this question. Okay, never mind. Okay, you'll get this value lah. Same thing like Q1. Okay, Q1 is this group. Lower boundary. Okay, lower boundary of this class is 99.5. Okay, because 100 tolak 0.5 will be 99.5. Plus, instead of half, Q1 is 1 over 4. So 1 over 4 times 100 minus the cumulative frequency before the first quartile, which is 7 plus 14, 21, over the frequency of the class, 17 times 10. Okay. Once you calculate both, then you find the interquartile range, which is Q3 minus Q1. You will get the answer 26.2. Okay, this is the final answer that we want. Okay. So again, now I know it looks long and it looks complicated, but actually, if you understand how the formula works, okay, it's not that difficult. Okay. The thing that makes it difficult is if we don't practice enough. Okay, so I hope that by doing enough practice for interquartile range, actually interquartile range is easier to find than standard deviation. I feel that standard deviation is too many pressing calculator. Okay, interquartile range is easier because you just need to identify the position of the person in that class. Okay, so I'm going to give you some time to this one. For those of you who just entered now, or some of you are entering and leaving, doesn't matter. We only have another 3 more questions, okay, for statistics. Okay, and once these 3 questions are over, then I will entertain other questions. We will end at about 10-ish. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to pause again. Okay. Sorry for for those of you who missed it just now. This is the answer for 11B. Okay, 11B. All right, we're going to go into question 3. Okay, question 3 says table 1 below shows the dispersion measure data for saving money by Zainal and Halimah for several months. Okay, then we give all this. Then after that, find the value of P and Q, and then the FX. I'm going to bring up the table once again. So Zainal, Halimah. The mean is 3 and 10. Sum of frequency times x squared is 1360 and 680. The standard deviation is 5 and 6, and the number of months, okay, is P and Q. Okay, so okay, so this question okay, is basically asking you, in order to find P and Q, you need to know how to count the standard deviation. Okay, remember standard deviation, as we said just now, is the square root of the sum of fx squared over n minus the mean squared. Okay, the sum of fx squared over the number of frequency, the total frequency, okay, minus the mean squared. Okay, so let's just put all the values in here. The standard deviation is 5. Okay, this one is 1360. Okay, no need to square because it's already included. Okay, over P, okay, minus 3 squared. Okay, then when you do this, you will get P equals to 40. Okay, do the same thing for this row, and you will get Q equals to 5. Okay, but this question is pretty simple because every information is given to you straightforward. The only thing yang kamu kena buat is masukkan di dalam formula dengan betul. Okay, and if you are worried about tidak ingat formula, don't worry. This formula is given during the exam. Okay, but you just have to know what the symbols mean. Okay, so the question now is the EFX. Okay, where have we seen this before? Okay, this is actually the formula for mean. Mean is the total of fx divided by n. Okay, and since you already have the n for both Zainal and Halimah, okay, Zainal is 40, Halimah is 5. So I'm going to just count Zainal's one for you. Okay, Zainal, the mean is 3. So 3 equals to the sum of fx over 40. So the sum of fx is 120. Then kamu kira Halimah punya sendiri. Okay, I'm just going to give Halimah's answer is 50. Okay, Halimah punya answer. Okay, so this question is what they will call a little bit out of the box. Okay, jarang kita tanya soalan begini, but it's just testing you on how well you know what the formula means. Okay, and the trap. Okay, usually there's a trap one lah. Okay, the trap is ini kau kasih kuasa 2. Okay, which is a very high tendency for a lot of students to do that. Okay, because they ingat, oh okay, jumlah fx kuasa 2, so ini mesti kasih kuasa 2. No, it's already kena kuasa 2. Okay, so that's why it's just simple kasih masuk sahaja. Okay, so yeah. Oh, we're almost done. How are you guys hanging in there? Are you guys okay? Dying already? Okay, I'm going to give you some time to complete this. So this is question 4, okay, and you are given this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, you have these 7 people and their individual scores. Okay, I want you to take note that this is not the normal table yang ada julat-julat itu. Okay, like 1 to 5, 6 to and so on and so forth. It's not that kind of table. It's just a table that shows you the score, and the question says that the scores are already arranged in increasing order. Okay, which makes our work a lot easier. Because remember, whenever you have ungrouped data like this, okay, data yang tidak kena kasih masuk dalam julat, okay, kau mesti susun dulu dari nombor yang paling kecil sampai paling besar, and then you can count the rest. Okay, so this is in increasing order, which means Zaliha punya score, okay, is either 6 or 7 or 8. Okay, because tidak boleh kurang dari 6, tidak boleh lebih dari 8. Logically lah. Okay, and Naliha kan nama dia. Okay, Naliza score. Okay, Naliza score is either 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, or 13. Okay, it can be any one of these. Okay, now the question says that the interquartile range is 7 and the mean is 11. Okay, now I'm going to start with mean first. Okay, if the mean is 11, which means 6 plus Zahida plus 8 plus Nali, don't know what her name is, plus 13 plus 15 plus 18, divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 equals to 11. So I'm going to do this first. So 11 equals to 6 plus Z plus 8 plus N plus 13 plus 15 plus 18 divided by 7. Okay, and if I continue on to do this, okay, if I continue on to do this, I'm going to get 11 equals to 68. Sorry. I'm going to get, this is 6 plus 8 plus 13 plus 15 plus 18. What will that be? 6 plus 18 plus 13 plus 15. 6 plus 8. 6 plus 8 plus 13 plus 15 plus 18. So this is 60 plus Zahida plus N, this one, over 7. Okay, bring the 7 up, 77 equals to 60 plus Z plus N. So Z plus N equals to 17. Okay, but I don't know what is the individual score yet, but I can bentuk one persamaan from here. Then they say the interquartile range is 7. The interquartile range is the third quartile and the first quartile. Okay, so let's split them up first so that we can know who is the median. Kalau there are 7 people, this is the median. Okay, orang paling tengah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Which means that this one is the first quartile and this girl is the third quartile. So the third quartile minus the first quartile equals to 7. Third quartile is 15. 15 minus the first quartile, 7. So I can immediately get the first quartile is 8. Which means that Z, or whatever her name is, Zahida kan namanya, okay, equals to 8. Kalau saya dapat Z equals to 8, I can count something punya score. Okay, 8 plus n equals to 17. So n equals to 9. Okay, it's just using all this information given, okay, by looking at this one. Okay, then after that, they say find the standard deviation and the score. Okay, now standard deviation for ungrouped data is square root of the total of x squared over n minus mean squared. The minus mean squared is still the same. Mean is 11. Okay, so this one we don't have to worry. The only problem now we have to worry is the x squared. Okay, so if it is the x squared, and you have the total of the x squared now, okay, I'm going to, okay, the total of the x squared is 6 squared plus, what is z score? 8 squared plus 8 squared plus, what was first? It's not 9, 9 squared plus 13 squared plus 15 squared plus 18 squared. This is the sum of x squared. Okay, so once you add all this up, according to my scheme, oh, okay, fine. Okay, once you add all this up, you put this in here. Okay, so then after that you divide by 7. Divide by 7, yeah. Okay, divide by 7 minus 11 squared. So you get the standard deviation. Okay, standard deviation equals to, okay, I'm going to calculate this for you. You can do it at the same time also. Okay, so it's 6 squared plus 8 squared plus 8. Oh dear. Plus 8 squared plus 9 squared plus 13 squared plus 15 squared plus 18 squared. Okay, you get 963. So 963 over 7 minus 11 squared. Okay, after you square root everything, you should be able to get 4.071. 3 decimal places is fine. Okay, so all this calculation. All right, last question, question C. The students set for another written quiz. So the same students, okay, set for another written quiz, and each of them managed to double their score. Double their score means the score is times 2. Okay, double the score means the score is times 2. So if the score is times 2, okay, then we need to think. State the new mean and the new variance. Okay, our old mean is 11. Our old, this is not variance, this is a standard deviation. Okay, so the variance will be 4.071. 16.57. So our old mean is 11. So the new mean, think is mean affected by multiply? Yes, it is affected. Kalau semua darab dengan 2, our new mean will be 11 times 2. Okay, which is 22. Okay, but the question now is our variance. Okay, our old variance, okay, is not this one. This is standard deviation. So kita kasih kuasa 2, we will get 16.573. Okay, what about our new variance? That's the question we need to ask. Okay, kalau new mean is just darab dengan 2, okay, variance is slightly different. Okay, kita kena darab dengan 2 kali. Okay, we have to multiply it twice. So our new variance, our old variance is 16.573. So our new variance okay, is 16.573 times 2, sebab everything tadi times 2, but we need to square this. Okay, times 2 times. Then we will get the final answer, which is 66.2. Okay, this is a very special thing about variance. Okay, correct variance dipengaruhi oleh multiply, but when you multiply it, you need to square that thing that you multiply. So kalau they multiply 3, then it will be 3 squared. They multiply 6, then it will be 6 squared. Okay, for variance only. Okay, for standard deviation, for interquartile range, for range, just kali 2 je, macam biasa. Okay, only for variance, it's very special. Okay, because variance is actually kuasa 2 lah. Okay, right. Last statistics question of the night now. Okay, we already answered 7 already, so it's quite tiring, I know. Question number 9. Okay, we're looking at question number 9. Oh, question number 9. Question number 9 is going to be a little bit difficult because the graph is so tiny and I'm not sure whether you can see it. Okay. Yeah. What we can do first, okay, what we can do first for question number 9, okay, is let's build the frequency table first. Okay, because the frequency table will help us. Okay, so we're going to call this scores, okay, and then the frequency. Okay, so the frequency is according to all this, you know, the chata palang over here, which, oh my word, I can't even see. Okay, the first one is 2, the second one is 4, the third one is 7, the fourth one is 12, the fifth one is 6, and the last one I assume is 1. Okay, 2, 4, 7, 12, 16, 1. Now, if you look at this one, let's say this one, this one, this one, and the super high one, okay, and then this one, and then the super low one. Okay, this first number is 0.5 until 1.5. Then after that is no, sorry, 5.5. Is it 5.5 or 10.5? 5.5. Okay, 5.5, 10.5. 15.5 all the way until 30.5. Okay, remember, as long as you see 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, those are the boundaries. Okay, so if the lower boundary is 0.5 and the upper boundary is 5.5, it means this palang is between 1 to 5. Okay, because 1 lower boundary is 0.5, 5 upper boundary is 5.5. So this will be 1 to 5. Okay, 5.5 to 10.5 will be 6 to 10. 11 to 15, 16 to 20, 21 to 25, and 26 to 30. Okay, so you build the frequency table. The reason why I'm building the frequency table is because the first question asked me to count the interquartile range, okay, which is another big headache in itself. Okay, sorry, the second question. But the first question says find the mode. Okay, I know that the Raja is not very clear, okay, but if you're given a histogram like this, in order for you to find the mode, you need to take the 2 highest points of the highest palang, okay, and cross it over with the next palang. Okay, and cross it over. The place where it crosses, here, this is the mode, which you cannot really read from the question now. Okay, so I'm going to give you the answer. The answer is actually 17.5. Okay. If the question was super big, like one A4 paper, you can read one. But because it's so small at least, I guess you can. Okay, I guess you can. Okay, if you really take a pencil, a very fine pencil, okay, you draw the two lines and then the intersection point is where the mode is. Okay, you probably can get about 17 or 17.5. Okay, but that's the answer. Okay, now the second question is the one that's worrying me because interquartile range and variance, we've already covered these two. Okay, so I'm not really going to spend that much time calculating it for you, but I'm just going to help you to find the third quartile class and the first quartile class once again. Okay, let's talk about the total number of students here first. Okay, our total number of students is 2 plus 4 plus 7, 6 plus 7, 13, plus 12, 25, 25 plus 7 is 32. 32 students. Okay, there's 32 students altogether. So let's arrange them once again. From number 1 all the way until number 32. Okay, if I were to number this, this is number 1 to number 2. This is number 3 to number 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is number 7 to number 13. Okay, this is number 14 to 25. This is 26 to 31, and this is the 32nd person. The very last person is in this group. Okay, so 1 until 32, orang paling tengah is 16. Okay, so where is 16? 16 is in this group. So that means this is the median class. Okay, 1 to 16 in the middle is 8. Where is the 8 person? Here. So this is the Q1 class. Okay, and then of course 16 to 32, right in the middle is 24. Look for the 24th person. And this is the interesting thing. Okay, and this is the interesting thing. The 24th person is also in the same place as the median. Okay, this is a very, it is not a strange thing. It can happen that way. Okay, the 24th person happens to be in the same place as the median class. Okay, so don't be surprised by these kind of things. Okay, so once you've identified the class, go ahead and try to find for the third quartile and the first quartile. I'm just going to give you the answers so that this one. So the first quartile is 11.93. The third quartile is 20.08. Okay, and then the interquartile range. Okay, the interquartile range is about 8.15. Okay, that's this one. That's the answer for B. And the answer for C, variance. Okay, variance means you have to do that super long jadwal that we talked about in the previous question, which we're not going to do now. Okay, the variance is 35.72. Okay, this is the variance. If you want some assurance, okay, I can give you the answer for the mean, just in case you're looking for it. The mean is about 15.9688. Okay, because no matter what, you need the mean to count the variance. Okay, so you have the mean 15.9688, and you can count the variance. Make sure your mean is correct first, okay, so that when you count the variance, it becomes okay. All right. Strange it's strange that the median class is also the same as the third quartile class, but it's not impossible. Okay. All right. Okay, so those were the 7 most popular questions. Actually, if you find actually I only wanted to answer 5 because when I was looking at the question 4, question 9, it's almost the same. If you can answer the questions before this, you can answer this question actually because the skill is the same, and I didn't really want to over teach this now. Okay, but because the number of votes for that question were quite a lot, so I thought okay, I'll cover it a little bit more just to remind you how to find the first quartile class and the third quartile class. Okay, bunyi apa itu? Rumah berhantu ini. Okay. Okay, so that's it for statistics. If there's any other questions that you want to ask that I didn't cover today, what you can do is you can text me. Okay, just text me and then we'll talk about it. Okay. Too much statistics for a day. Yeah, I know. Okay, your brain is screaming. Trust me, my voice is also screaming. Okay. Yeah, statistics is hard because there's a lot of stats, and 2 hours is not enough for 7 questions. Okay. Like remember Nigel was saying that they 1.5 hours for 1 question. Yeah, that's no room for other chapters. Serious? Well, if you want to call it at night, it's no problem with me. Question 7. Who is y equals to mx plus c? Oh my word. Question 7. What's wrong with question 7? I wanted to ask coordinate geometry. Sorry, what is whoever is y equals to mx plus c, you don't have to identify yourself, but tell me what's wrong with question 7. Kenapa question 7? Brain wanna boom boom already. What's wrong with question 7 now? Y equals to mx plus c. Tell you, your usernames are going to be a source of embarrassment in the future. Trust me, I know. How? Okay, sorry, y equals to mx plus c asked me a question, but not responding. So I don't know what is the question. If you're asking compare the better soil orchard, okay, then, okay, guys, fine, let's just talk about this now. Okay, question 7. Question 7, I'm not going to show you the calculation because you can calculate it yourself. Okay, you will find, I know, minta jawapan. You don't have the answer now. Standard deviation for orchard A is 0.72 and orchard B is 0.7. Correct. What is the mean? What is the mean? Tell me the mean first. Tell me the mean first. Y equals to mx plus c. Do you want me to turn on your mind? Y equals to mx plus c. Okay, the mean is 6.075 and the other one is, there are two means. What is the other mean? No, there are two means. Oh, belum dilakukan. Okay. Okay, this is orchard A, orchard B. Okay, I'm going to have the mean and then the standard deviation. Okay, then they check up based on these values you obtain, compare the better soil orchard. You have to choose. You have to choose one soil orchard which is better. So this one is, orchard A is 6.075 and the deviation is 0.7242. This one is 6.0375 and the deviation is 0.7175. Did you get these values, Mr. Mr. or Miss Y equals to mx plus c? Okay. So the question now is, which orchard is better? Okay. The question you need to ask is, what does this mean and standard deviation for? So the question is, frequency and distribution of pH values, okay, of the soil samples taken from two orchards. Think about it, you want the pH value to be, not to change so much, because if the pH value, I think chemistry sudah lah, tapi if the, okay, Timothy says B, you need to justify Y also. Okay, so pH value, if you're talking about soil, we don't want the pH value to change too much, otherwise the plants will suffer lah. Okay, Eugene is gonna die already. Okay, bye Eugene. Okay, tomorrow is linear law, I think. Okay, but the standard deviation, if we don't want too many changes, then we're looking at a smaller standard deviation. Okay, standard deviation means sisihan, perubahan. Okay, the smaller your standard deviation means dia tidak akan lari jauh daripada dia punya mean. Okay, and actually if you look at it, the mean for this one is smaller, which means dari segi pH value, okay, this is more acidic than this. Think about it, smaller the number is more acidic, so this is actually more acidic than this. But this has a smaller standard deviation compared to this. Okay, 5%. Okay, so this one is the better one. Only because the standard deviation is smaller. Okay, because the standard deviation is smaller, so it's more consistent. So the plants won't be like 1 minute acidic, 1 minute not so acidic. Okay, that's what's going to happen in orchard A lah. Walaupun they're less acidic in the beginning. Okay, but this is like super high level because we're talking about acidity lah. But generally, I find that in recent years, when you ask these type of questions, the answer usually tends to be more towards the smaller standard deviation. Kalau kau tidak tahu jawapannya, just say the smaller standard deviation if you really don't know how to justify the answer. Okay, because smaller standard deviation means you're more consistent. Okay, more consistent, you know, you're not so like lari jauh like that lah. Okay, the first time this type of question came out, dia tanya pasal the masa larian for 100 meter lah. Okay, two athletes lah, ya, athlete A, athlete B. Okay, dia punya masa larian kan, the mean is almost the same. Okay, but the standard deviation very different. So the one with the smallest standard deviation means dia punya he's a lot more consistent. So the better athlete to choose would be the one with the smallest standard deviation. Okay. Generally, we find that a lot of questions always tend to be always like, just choose the one which is the smallest standard deviation. Then that's the answer already. Okay. I hope that answers your question now, Mr. or Miss Y equals the MX plus C. Yeah, I also don't know why you need to have that. Okay. Edison guy ni, Form 5 top 1 that's who's the Form 5 top 1? Me. No, it's not me. Form 5 top 1 is, I don't know. Edison guy. Edison guy, why? Because MX plus C. Okay, never mind. I thought plant prefer slightly alkaline soil. Yes, I know. But yeah, no, this mathematics are not so much chemistry lah. Okay, so you know when we look at it from a mathematical point of view, we want to find consistency, and consistency is shown by the smallest standard deviation. Okay, yeah, I think it's 100,000% is Edison. It's either Edison or somebody that really likes biology lah. Okay, so I don't think it's Jeremy, but okay. Anyway, in mathematics, we look for smaller standard deviation because of consistency. Banyak kali saya ulang ini sudah, but I just want to this one. Okay, any more questions? If there's no more questions, we can call this a night. Some of you are, okay, yeah, I know. Too much statistics for one night is not good. Okay, but yeah, you'll ask for it. Okay, tomorrow, I want to suggest that you focus on the linear law paper 1 questions. This one especially for Budak S2 and AC. Okay, please focus on the linear law paper 1 questions that we did on Monday, so that on Thursday when we have the advanced class, saya tidak mau sentuh sudah paper 1. So tomorrow night we will do a tutorial. Definitely ada. Okay, tomorrow night we will do a tutorial for paper 1 questions for linear law. And during that time, if you got other questions to ask after we finish the paper 1 questions, then we will discuss it then. If I find that you have no questions at all for me from the linear law paper 1, then we can end the class early lah. Means semua orang hebat sudah boleh jawab sudah kan. Sangat bagus. Okay. All right. If there's no other questions, thanks everyone for coming and thanks everyone for bertahan. No, it's not Jeremy. This is not Jeremy. Okay, but fine. Thanks everyone for bertahan, and I will see you in the next lesson. Okay, have a good long sleep tomorrow. Okay, wake up late. Since tomorrow we got no class, I'm the only one that has class. All right, good night.